Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. My name is GinaJyneen if you are new here. But in today's video, I'm coming to you with a little bit of a different type of content. I just kind of wanted to let you guys know and put it out there that my kids, my two little ones that you see on my channel all the time, that you guys just seem to love so much, they tested positive for COVID-19, coronavirus. I just kind of want to tell you how we got to where we are right now. And the main reason I'm making this video is because so many people don't talk about kids who get COVID. Like, it's always the older people who have pre-existing health conditions, and now they're saying the younger people age 18 to 40 who go out and party and who are in big crowds, those are the main ones getting COVID right now. But no one ever talks really about little kids that have it. And I think because children who get it is such a small percentage that I think that it kind of gets swept under the rug. So just to kind of give you guys a timeline of how things happened, we are in July right now, but on June the 23rd, which is a Tuesday, their father called me and he was like, hey, I'm feeling sick. I have a fever. It's at 100 degrees. I don't know what to do and I just feel kind of weird. He was like, so I'm going to send the kids to my mom's house. And I'm like, okay, cool. That's on a Tuesday. So he's texting me like every few hours because I'm a medical professional, so he probably feels like I got all the answers, just what a lot of people in my family think that as well. But even though I'm not a doctor, I am in the medical field, so I am more knowledgeable about, you know, health, medical conditions than some. So every few hours he's sending me his picture of his temperature. He's told me he's taking pain reliever, fever reducer, and it's basically staying at a low-grade fever from that Tuesday up until that Wednesday. It's consistently staying between 100 and 99 degrees, which is considered a low-grade fever. Okay, so the kids are at their grandma's house. It's now Wednesday. Thursday comes around and I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and pick the kids up because I'm off on Friday. So I'll go ahead and pick the kids up from their grandma. I pick the kids up Thursday. My daughter gets in the car and she says, Mom, I don't feel good. I go home, I immediately take her temperature. She has a fever of 100.5. So I give her some Tylenol, tell her to lay down. Then a few hours later, she still has her fever. She's telling me she has a headache now. So the fever and the headache roll into Friday. Friday comes along and now she has stomach aches. So I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get them tested. I spoke with their dad on Friday morning. He was going to get tested that morning, so I was like, let me do the same for the kids. So he goes, he gets tested Friday morning. He does the regular test, so it's gonna take him a few days to get his results back. I'm like, I need the rapid test for her because I don't wanna wait a few days and just see what happens. So getting tested, y'all know that is a whole other story, ball game. Depending on where you go, you need to have a certain zip code. You need to either have insurance, not have insurance, get a code, call and make an appointment. Like, it was crazy. Like, I literally went somewhere Friday, Saturday, and then finally on Sunday, I was able to stand in line at midnight. At midnight at a 24-hour ER. Thank God they let us line up at 11 p.m. When I got there at 11 p.m., there was already about maybe 80 people in line. So I just waited in line and kept my fingers crossed that I was able to get me and the kids tested. So once it was my turn to get up and get a wristband, thank God I got there at 11 o'clock because there were only 5 wristbands left for after us. So when we got there were 8 wristbands, so I wound up getting a wristband for me, Ethan, and Ashton. Even though me and Ethan weren't showing any symptoms, I'm like, let's just go ahead and get tested. Why not? So yeah, got our wristband. Our appointment time was 3 a.m. At this point, it's midnight. So that means we either could have stayed in the parking lot and waited for 3 hours, or what we did was go home, went to sleep for 2 hours, and then came back. I got there at about 2:30, 2:40 a.m. We went in, we got to walk right in. We signed in, we waited about 5 to 10 minutes and they brought us to the back, and it was like a real actual appointment. As you guys seen in my vlog, like vlogs ago, it was back in like March or April, I got tested at one of those drive-through facilities. And I mean, it was just people in hazmat suits and they just shoved the stick down your throat through your window, put in a plastic bag, and pretty much like, hey, that's it, we'll call you with your results. This is a real doctor's visit. We filled out paperwork, they did height, weight, blood pressure, asked us questions, and then they took the nose swab on all 3 of us. Not very enjoyable at all. And then because it's the rapid test, we sat in a waiting room for about 25 minutes until our results came back. So when the doctor walked in the room, he walked in the room holding these papers, and he was like, something very odd is happening. It's very odd that both of your kids tested positive, but you tested negative. So we were in shock. He said it in front of the kids. Ethan looked at me like in horror. Ashton was screaming, crying, jumping up and down. She was terrified. So I really hate that he did it in that way, you know, but I guess that was his only option. So we were told that basically it was only a matter of time before I would get it, and that I need to keep the kids quarantined for 2 weeks. So immediately, so of course their dad was asleep. This is 3 a.m. So he hadn't gotten his results back yet, but it's evident that the kids got it from him because they had been with him that entire week, and he had been going, you know, in and out, going to the studio, going grocery shopping, doing his normal day-to-day activities, and they hadn't been with me because I work during the week, so they only are with him during the week. So I call him and I'm just like, hey, these kids have COVID. He hadn't gotten his results at this time, but he was really, really sick. His symptoms had lasted like 5 days. Ashton's, thank God, her symptoms only lasted about three days. Ethan never got any symptoms. So he is someone who's asymptomatic. That's what they tell you about on TV. Someone who doesn't have any symptoms at all. None, not a sneeze, not a cough, not a nothing, but still tested positive. Those are the ones who can pass it on to everybody because they have 0 symptoms. And even when I was in line to get tested, there were no kids in line. My kids were the only kids in line out of those hundreds of people that were lined up. Mine were the only kids in line. So that's why, you know, I just kind of wanted to tell you guys, you know, even if you're not having symptoms, you are having symptoms and you have kids need to get tested too. Even if they've been staying in the house, they need to get tested. So I'm just letting you guys know that it is now July 12th. So since the onset of symptoms, it's been about 18, 19 days. So they did quarantine for a little bit over, about right at 2 weeks. They just came home on Friday, which is 2 days ago, and today is like 19 days out from the first onset of symptoms. So it was definitely definitely a joyous reunion for us. So I just want to let you guys know you need to get your kids tested, like I said, even if you don't think they need to be. Even if they don't have symptoms, you don't have symptoms, get tested. Once I did drop my kids off with their dad so they can all 3 quarantine together. Oh, and his results finally did come back, and he was of course positive. And because my kids that Wednesday, they had been with their grandma, she had wound up getting tested. She was negative as well. I had to bleach everything down in my house. I washed all the sheets, all the blankets. I sprayed everything down with Lysol. I just wiped down and cleaned everything that I assumed was like a high touch areas that I would potentially touch, because I don't want to get it. Like, even though my kids had it, thank God they had a very, you know, my daughter was very mild. It would just be my luck that I would get it and I would be one of the ones on a ventilator. So knock on wood, I pray that that doesn't happen. You know, but I didn't want that for myself at all when I knew that, you know, it was a potential that I could get it if they stayed home with me. But I just want you guys to now talk to my kids. My kids are gonna let you guys know how they felt when they had the COVID, and just to kind of get their perspective on things. Ethan and Ashton, come on.
Yeah?
Come sit down and talk to the people.
Okay. He's coming.
Come on, Ethan.
Okay, he's here.
So she's the one who was sick. How did you feel, Ashton?
Well, I didn't feel really well because I kept getting hot and stuff, and like my stomach started to hurt, and like I had a lot of spit coming out that day because I don't know why, but it just like I didn't feel comfortable with being sick.
Yeah. How did you feel, Ethan? Did you feel any sickness or anything?
Mm-mm.
So you felt normal, but did you have any fever? Did you have a headache?
No, I didn't.
Stomach ache? Did you have anything?
Mm-mm.
No, you didn't have any of those symptoms.
Nope, nope.
How did you guys feel when the doctor walked in the room and said, y'all have corona?
We started to cry. Yeah, we got very upset because like a lot of people in the USA have corona and they've been dying a lot from it.
So you were scared, right?
Yeah, we were very scared.
How did it feel when they stuck the thing up your nose?
Oh, dang, I couldn't handle it.
It felt horrible.
Yeah, it felt so horrible.
What if you had to do it again?
I would get upset.
And how did you guys feel staying at your dad's house for 2 weeks and you couldn't see me or touch
I got
me?
upset. Because like,
It got a
we're-
little boring.
Yeah, I got boring and I got upset. I got upset because, like, because my mom has to work a lot because she needs to make money for the bills and stuff. So, we just had to stay with our dad because he was sick and he had the corona too, and we couldn't go out anywhere. We had to wear a mask, and we had to stay in for 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
So it was boring, right?
Yeah, very boring. We really had nothing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you think all parents should get their kids tested for corona?
For sure.
Yeah.
But you can't really trust, you can't really believe if it says that you have the test, because
Yeah, sometimes there's something on the
sometimes
news
there's something wrong, that the tests are fake and stuff.
not that the tests are fake,
Yeah,
but
they're
they're
not
saying that
fake.
they're giving like false positives
Yeah.
and false negatives.
So you can't really trust
Yeah.
if it's real or fake.
But you guys happy that you're home and you
Yes.
feel better and y'all can be around me and
Yeah.
y'all can be out now?
Because we have to spend because we had 14 days with our dad. And because
But y'all are happy now, right?
Yeah.
And y'all feel better, right?
yeah, it's because like
Okay.
I just said that my mom has to work and stuff
Okay,
because
okay,
this one's a
that's
daddy.
enough. That's enough. Did you put on more makeup?
No.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You did put on more makeup.
No, I didn't.
All right, guys. So,
All
all right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and end the video here. Just want to let you guys know that my babies tested positive for COVID-19. So, yeah, y'all be safe out there. Wear your mask, social distance. Don't go out partying. Don't do nothing crazy. Like, I know that you can still get it even if you don't do that. But, guys, just y'all make sure y'all stay safe. Get tested if you're able to. And test the kids as well. All right, guys. See y'all in the next video. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
My kids tested positive for COVID-19 yesterday. I tested negative. These are our papers right here. Ethan and Ashton positive, me negative for the SARS antigen. They're with their dad right now, so oh my God, I don't know what to do. I just feel lost. I feel helpless, even being a healthcare professional. Like, you just never think that it's gonna come to your doorstep. Like, that was like the farthest thing from me. So I can't even talk right now, really, because it's like work mode right now. I gotta clean this house down. I gotta wash sheets, spray everything down, wipe everything down. So, all right, I hope y'all are staying safe. Y'all, I have not seen my babies in 2 weeks. 2 whole weeks. I have been able to only FaceTime them and talk to them on the phone or through text messages, and I'm finally about to see them. I'm just so excited. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited to see them. I'm so excited to hug them, kiss them. Like, y'all just don't understand. Like, this virus has torn so many families apart. I'm very, very blessed that I'm, actually able to see my kids again. Some people aren't able to see their family members again. I just can't wait. They need to hurry up and come down here. Ashton! I missed you. Look at my baby. Come give me a hug. Ethan, why don't you look happy?
I am happy.
Yeah! My baby. I missed you so much.
Mommy, look, this is the
Ethan,
purple.
give me a hug, baby.
Mommy,
Come here, baby.
Mommy, look, this is the hair color.
Oh.
Are you recording? Mommy, this is the hair color.
Mwah.
See?
I missed you guys.
I miss you too. Mommy, this